and welcome to Celeste. And today we're going to be doing a recap on Love After Lockup. And this episode was named 3 times the charm, question mark behind it. My name is Anissa and our guy Jeff. So on today's panel we have Johnny and Ruth. Okay, so let's start off. The episode started out with Rachel and Doug. Okay. Um, so Doug revealed that he was 15 years old when he found out Dougie's mom was pregnant. So I kind of figured it must have been like a teenage pregnancy because he doesn't look technically that old. I
Yeah.
definitely felt like it's probably 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And so also see him reunited. And I thought that was so cute. I love seeing him reunite tonight. You could tell his son was happy to see him, to see his son. So I love that piece right there. What did you guys think about? You could tell his son was happy.
I thought it was cute because, like the son did talk all that junk about he's gonna go and punch him and stuff, and then when he seen him, it's like he legit was like, "Oh my God, it's my dad," and was hugging him like that. That actually that warmed a little heart. It warmed a little heart.
Yeah, I thought it was very touching.
Yeah.
That's like the beginning part of it, but it is fixing to be trying because he's definitely pushing the buttons. When they had dinner, you're sitting there like, "Oh Lord, you better make this man go back to jail because he go."
I was like, "How much more you gonna take?" Because look, I know he fresh out of jail. He can't just be coming in disciplining, but
yeah. But when he said, "Okay, slave, come cut my pork chops," and then Rachel was like, "Okay, well, you want me to do it? Hold up, wait a second." I was like,
yeah, you could tell. Yeah, she's been catering to him. I think he said something like that. It's like, yeah, he's been running all over to Rachel, and he's gonna, try to reel him in. And I did feel like I liked how he said he knows he has to slowly do it.
Yeah.
Basically he knows that. Some of the stuff that he was saying, I don't know that I could have kept that. Like,
I'd have been back in jail day one. I'm like, dang, we didn't even make it through dinner, and here come the cops. Like, thank you for doing this.
Wall.
Yeah. So he was definitely saying little things, and that's like when he kept making the womanizer comments.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, Doug, I need you to calm it down.
It's not your place. That's right. That is not your place. That is not grown to be talking to any adult like that, whether you have respect for them or not. You're not correct. And no one's correcting it. And that's where the problem lies. And I know we don't know his whole backstory, but it still doesn't excuse the disrespect.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not one to really think it's when children are being disrespected or acting too grown. I really think that is cute. Are y'all getting a little feedback? Is that me? No. Okay. Oh, okay. Doug also met Rachel's mom.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I thought it was cute how he hugged her. Yay, I'm meeting the person that made, my wife. What I can't understand is why do these guys keep talking about sex with them?
I was like, I would have been freaking mortified.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so I'm making you another baby, grandkid.
Yeah, I was like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, first meeting, really? That's what we do now? Is that how we meet the parents of our future attendees? Is letting them know how great the sex is and what we did when we first saw each other.
I was just like, I was like, okay, now I'm tired of this parents almost as much as I'm tired of that torso with Dante. I'm like, knock it off. This is not cute.
Not cute at all. And I don't know, it's just something about that just seems so disrespectful to me. I just couldn't imagine a guy saying that to my father. I don't even think he would be in the picture after that because I would be so embarrassed. I mean, people already know what you do, but you don't have to sit there and talk about it in front of your parents like that. Like that's a little much.
Kind of saying it in front of Dougie.
And in front of his son. I would, you know, my kids only know I had sex 3 times. They ain't got to know I had sex.
No, they don't need to know that.
They don't need to know how much I get it in. Like, no, I don't need that extraness in there.
But, you know, too, like, kind of what I thought about. And I was like, in a sense, it's kind of disrespectful, too, because it's like, you ain't even been a dad to this dude, and here you go talk about making more babies. Like, have some like, you know what I mean? Granted, we know Dougie gets a little disrespectful later, but I'm like, you barely said hi. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, it almost seems like he was starting to get moody after that, too. So it's like...
Because he was hungry?
Oh, maybe.
I think that was the case. I think he was hungry or something.
Oh, and they were just sitting there talking.
Yeah, and then I guess too the idea that she went off and talked to her mom without him maybe made him feel uncomfortable, or maybe he heard what her mom said.
And you know what? And I hated that his mom said that because in his confessionals, like the mom had said, he wishes he was more humble. Like, but in his confessionals, he is humble. You know, he does say, you know, how great of a life to be able to have with Rachel, the things that they have with her. So, I mean, he does get very humble, and it seems like he wants to be a good father, which, you know, like I said, I mean, that's humble, but I guess she's not able to see the confessional, so she doesn't know.
Yeah, she's getting the cocky side that he kind of was given, which maybe it went cocky so much as being playful, trying to just break the ice, I guess.
Yeah, break the ice, like you said. I don't think
maybe she wasn't expecting him to just be himself right away. Maybe she's expecting him to be more like, okay, win me over, but he was just like, I'm just me.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I thought it was cute. They made bologna sandwiches. So apparently Rachel hasn't had bologna before. She eats spam. I was disgusted. I can't stand it. Sorry to anybody out there who likes spam. That's not my jam. Not my jam at all. And it was funny. So Doug showed her how he does his bologna sandwiches, which I thought was cute. But it was funny when she was like, "Why did it cup up like that?" And I was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Oh, I forgot. She hasn't eaten bologna before. She doesn't know it cups up."
Yeah, that's what it always does.
Right.
Obviously, she ain't seen it fry and flip up, and you got to cut that little slit. You know what I'm saying?
You're muted, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My little one.
No,
I was trying to tell him he couldn't do something. I'm sorry. What were y'all saying? I apologize.
We were just
about the bologna and her not knowing like how the bologna flips up.
You know what? Growing up, I couldn't stand bologna. And then I did end up having fried bologna. And I was like, it tastes like a hot dog. And now I'm like, I don't even eat it anymore. I need to go get me some bologna and fry it up. I used to eat mine with American cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better fried. I don't like it raw. I
can't eat it raw.
I don't know about that microwaving it either. I like it fried. If I was gonna eat it, I feel like we ate it so much as a kid. I hate bologna.
Yeah, we ate it so much as a kid.
It was overkill.
And for the longest, I wouldn't even eat it. And then it's like in my early 20s, I got back into it a little bit, and then it dropped off again. I haven't eaten it in a long time. But watching that episode, it did bring back some nostalgia.
It make you want to taste it again.
I was like, I might have to go and introduce my kids to fried bologna sandwiches. I don't know if they've ever had one.
So they might be like her, like, why is it flipped like that?
But you know what? That also brought back I started thinking about other stuff that I used to eat as a kid, and I ate it so much I can't eat it now, like ramen noodles. I was like, maybe I need to make some ramen noodles too.
Now I have had ramen noodles as an adult. I can't say that.
You need to adult up the ramen noodles because I know growing up you didn't add the meat and the vegetables in it. Now add little chops of chicken and your chicken flavored, or some chops of shrimp and your shrimp flavored with some broccoli.
Yeah, and I know you really be adulting it.
I know, right?
Yeah, like I said, I've seen people adding egg to it. I was like, now that might work.
That's like real ramen right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, so that was pretty much Doug and Rachel on the episode today. I still like them as a couple. I still like Doug. And I like watching him adjusting to his new life out.
If we have you guys happen to hear the rumor about them? You did? I'm kind of sad by that, if that's true. Have you heard it, Nene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, I hope it's not true. But anyways.
We shall see, I guess.
Yeah. So the next couple, Deontay and Nicole. The next ones that came on the screen. I know we're all sitting here rolling our eyes at them because it's getting ridiculous. I feel like the more it goes on. So they introduce them. They're walking into Deontay's apartment. And he immediately, corrects her and is like, this is our apartment. And then he leads her to their master bedroom. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, I don't think she's ever coming here. And this is ever going to be her place in her bedroom. And so, he leaves her in there. He has flower petals laid out everywhere all over the apartment. And he leads her over to the bed and he has all these gifts for her. And she says, love these gifts. And then he tells her to look in his bag. And inside the bag is sexy lingerie. And, she agrees to try it on, but says no touching. I just can't. Like, Deontay, do you need me to be your big sister? And we could talk about this. Like, this girl, I don't even feel like she's necessarily hiding. But she's just not interested.
No, she's not.
She's not interested.
Yeah. And it seems like he's just coming on stronger and stronger with her. So she puts on the lingerie and she comes out and shows him and then tells him that she'll do a dance for him, but he has to sit on his hands, no touching. And so she gives him a dance, and then that's what we see. What kind of tan job did she do on herself? Did she not look in the mirror and see, that was so patchy and bad and terrible? I was a little embarrassed for her. At the same time, I wanted to be like, don't ever pick up a can of spray tan again if this is how you're doing things. She just has so. I'm sorry. What y'all think about this so far?
I mean, I saw that too, but I'm like, my thing is this: she does it so obviously that she says, "We're not doing nothing. We're not doing nothing," but he still keep pushing the sex thing, and I'm like, okay. So let's say she really is being faithful to him or being honest. He kind of disrespectful in a sense because it's like, all right, I know you said no, but I know you said no. He better stop or he get canceled is what he need to do. But they cancel him, he better stop. But she's being obvious. She ain't interested and it's obvious. And then what do you do to that person that's not interested? Oh, let me buy you another pair of shoes. You still not interested? Let me buy you another watch. It's like, are you stupid or what?
Exactly.
What's she buying you? At least buy her, get her to buy you something.
Yeah. She hasn't bought him anything, and
he paid for them extensions. I know them wasn't cheap.
No, they weren't. Mind you, he had just given her $1,000. Why the hell can you use that $1,000 for them extensions?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then not on top of that, she was also calling somebody she had been hooking up with in prison. So
chick, yeah.
So that's the next scene. Yeah, so she made Dante take her back home that evening after, the striptease dance or whatever. And then the next day he comes and picks her up and takes her to the hairdresser, as Johnny was saying, where she went and got some extensions. And, she let it be known he's buying all of this stuff and that he's going to be paying for the hair extensions. Did y'all see at the hair salon, she wasn't playing with her. She was like, okay, now we can go and take care of your bill now. She's like, oh no, my man is. And did you see that sister did not leave from away from her? Every time the camera was on Nicole, you could see the sister like in the background somewhere. Yeah, she's gonna get paid her money for that, and I don't blame her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you're stupid enough to be allowed to be used like that, then by God, let her use you. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. I don't see how. And she's a walking oxymoron. That's exactly what she is. She sits there and says, I don't know you. And then in a few seconds, I love you. Well, how do you love somebody you don't know?
Right.
I need to get to know him. I need to be with him more and blah, 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 blah. But you just screwed somebody last week in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just totally, ugh.
Yeah. Then what's crazy is what she's saying, if she just met this guy and she was saying that, it would be completely understandable. But you've been communicating with him for over a year and a half and taking his money. You clearly made promises to him, or at least led him to believe. Well, I know Dante leads himself to believe something, but you're not stopping all of that. So now I don't understand why you're getting aggravated that he wants some sex.
Right. And
I'm not trying to give it to him, but I'm like,
that he hasn't had any for a year and a half since he's dated you. And you have been continuously screwing other people besides him. So I just, in the way the world is and how it works right now, all she had to do was be honest with him. He still would have given her the stuff. You didn't have to lead him on. The way he acts, you still could have said no, but thank you. If you buy me this, thank you. I appreciate it. And he would still keep continuing to buy as we see. And some women wish to have a man that would sit there and decorate their apartment, make it be romantic for them to walk in and feel safe and loved, And all she said was, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No appreciation for what all he actually set up for that apartment for him to take out the time to do all of that. And I just like I said before, I can't stand them, and I really wish it would end.
Yes, and then for her to reveal that she had sex with a woman a week before she got out of prison, I'm just thinking, oh, but you her well enough to? I just don't. And then the fact that she's still in love with her. That.
No, that's a different woman.
Yeah.
That's the woman who.
That's the one that got out. Yeah.
She was sitting there calling while he's paying for her to get her extensions done. She's calling the woman she's still in love with. Mind you, she still contacted the ex-boyfriend she had before. She went to jail. So she's got a whole slew of people she's ready to sleep with, but Dante ain't one of them.
Right. He definitely is not one of them at all. So I'm tired of the games there. Can we even call it really games? Because it's just obvious what she's doing. It's ready for him to get hip to it, or for her to knock it off, give Dante a chance. That's where I'm kind of, And then we also had Stan and Lisa. I think Stan has my least favorite. He's my least favorite. He's showing his true side, even though I know some of it has to do with him drinking wine.
And according to the video, he only had like one sip. Now, I guess he must have had maybe a bottle or two, because there ain't no way somebody gets like that after one sip of wine.
She did say who gets drunk off of one glass of wine.
Yeah. I totally, and then I started paying attention to the background. Now, unless are they in a freaking like high cost living area? Because ain't no way in the world a millionaire lives in a house like that.
Yeah, that thing is so
I'm
outdated.
sorry. It's just no. That's just not no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I refuse to believe that.
Because he could get a cheap house that's freaking nicer than that.
Yeah, I thought maybe the house that they went to was the house that he may have gotten for her to stay at, you know, while they did whatever. I mean, you had the kitchen was like super small and not elegant. His furniture is horrible and cheap.
Yes, because the room she's staying in, I was like, is that your late wife's furniture? Like, what is going on?
Like, I don't. Now I'm starting to wonder, you know, because I know that, you know, they do like saving their money and keeping their money. I get that part, and they spend it on certain things. But normally, the way they live isn't one of the things they skimp on. They skimp on clothes. They skimp on cars. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But the way they live in a house, that's normally a little bit more luxury, more. You know what I'm trying to say than that, because nothing about that house was $1 million worth.
It looks super old. Oh, antique house with an antique everything. I was like, even his room. I'm like, dude, your room is like
that wasn't his room. That's a room he had Lisa staying.
No, he went and changed or something.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did change.
That room looked even smaller.
Like I was like, where's the master bedroom suite?
Yeah.
So now
I'm like, he could get a house for a few $100,000. That's not bad. And I got it. He's only one millionaire. So if you spend all your money, you ain't a millionaire no more. But if you ain't shopping like that, then you at least, I mean, come on, now get you a $300,000 house that you mortgage on.
Updated. So I feel like that house really gets some updating to it.
It's totally.
It costs money to update it. He ain't trying to spend his money apparently. Because
I would have spent money at least updating a couple of those things, because there's nothing. I think there was even, was it in her room or his room, where there were actually, you know, like sheetrock that was being like scaffolded, and it was looking like it was being built or something. And I was like, what the hell is that? So
that's an upgrade.
He's lost all credibility. As an old man, you should know better. And you never, ever, ever talk about a mother and how she raised her kids. If you're trying to get them, don't you ever.
Yeah, and my issue is that he sits there and makes statements like he would marry Lisa. He makes it seem like he really wants to be with her, but all he seems to talk about is and her being all over him. Like when he was saying, she's been here, she hasn't even been affectionate towards me. Allow her to chill, relax, get used to the environment it brought her to. If you really want to be with her, affection, she does kiss and hug on you when you ask for it, but it looks like you're asking for it all the time. You're going to turn her off with that. So always on her.
Yeah. He's desperate. And it just goes to show that they really didn't know each other. And I don't know what kind of I don't know how you can't feel something for somebody who's saying they're struggling with life. You know what I'm saying? And then the fact that his voicemail just started coming on. She's panicked because she has no idea what her son is doing. And all you're worried about is the fact she won't drink your wine.
Yeah, she won't drink your wine and open her legs for you. Like, you need to realize there's a time to play about that. Right now, it's not the time. Allow her to figure out what's going on. And like I said, get comfortable and everything else. It's like you want her, as soon as y'all got in the door, trying to put you in that straight jacket. Like, knock it off.
And where that straight jacket fitting? When I see that bedroom, I'm like, I know. Any other room was probably the size of the straight jacket, like that.
Yeah, too small. That's why it's in the garage. Have the room in the garage to do whatever.
Yes, and I was bothered by the things that he was saying to her. I felt like he was completely out of line.
Oh,
he was saying, her son is 22 years old. He should be able to figure it out. First of all, you need to look at the situation. And it's like you put yourself in this situation with her. So you would think you'd be more understanding. But it's like, he's 22 years old, but he has gone his life without his mom being there most of the time.
Yeah.
And, so you can't tell him or say how he should be handling that sort of trauma. You don't know that trauma. And then when he made the statement talking about raise kids right, like, no, don't go there. Don't go there. Now, granted, yes, she was in prison, but you knew she was in prison. So don't try to throw it in her face that she didn't raise her kids right because she was in prison. It's not like she was out here in the world. She raised them bad. I'm just saying, she wasn't there, but she has said that she knows that she hasn't been with those kids. And I just felt like he was just so out of line with everything that he was doing. And he basically kicked her out of the house.
I hope she doesn't go back.
I do too.
Well,
I was like, he's
I'm sure
jerk.
she is gonna go back though.
Yeah, she's probably gonna go back because financially he can help her in the way that she would need right now. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna end up going back over there. I hate that for her because he's not a good guy for her.
No, and I was thinking about too the comment he made about his kid. Like, it's not like his wife is like not in the picture. His wife passed, so for all we know, your wife raised your kids right. We don't know what you did. Ain't nobody seen him interact with his kids, so for all we know, his kids can't stand him. They just waiting on him to die to get the money.
Right.
So, anybody seen you interact with your kids? So for you judge her, let's see how your family acting towards you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Your dynamic.
Yeah. If you this perfect dad, we ain't seen his kid call him not once.
They sure have. They came and visited.
So I'm like, yeah. And I can understand him not wanting to move her kid in his house, but looking is probably because it's not enough room. But
yeah, Lord knows because they want to steal something out of there.
Nah, they come in like I can't get nothing for these antiques. These ain't even good antiques. They're just old junk nobody wants.
Yeah, but too small for more than.
Yeah, but I mean, and so I understand, like, you barely know her, so to be like, oh yeah, come move your 22-year-old, and I got that. That doesn't make sense, but I do feel like he could be more sympathetic. Like, do you want me to take you to go find him, or let's keep trying to call him, or just seeming compassionate, because it's like his idea is just, well, you just got out and I'm horny, so when are we gonna do our thing? But if she distracted, how can she do anything and it be enjoyable? So be that person that's there for her, even if you don't want to financially do nothing for her kid, because it ain't his job to do that. And even if he's uncomfortable with the kid coming to his house day one, well, drive her to go see the kid. Why should she have to go get a taxi? Or just why are you being so cold? Like,
yeah, and I mean, and she said it when she was like, well, just give me some suggestions then.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could have been like, okay, I know you're upset right now, but first thing in the morning, I'll drive you to him or whatever. But,
like maybe it's late, get some rest tonight,
Yeah. And then maybe he could have had this fun time that he wanted to have with her.
And if not, it's coming. Like, dang.
Yeah, it's coming if you calm down.
Yeah. He hitting that Deontay, like, give it to me today. And it's like, she showed that she don't want it right now, so leave her alone.
Yeah, she's right. Going through something. I mean, you shouldn't even want it when she's not even into it. But I don't know. Sometimes you just got to teach people a lesson. I would put his ass in that straitjacket and beat the shit out of him. I would get a big ass dildo and put it in his ass. I would fuck him up. I'm sorry. This is what you want when I'm worried with my kid? Okay.
Too funny. I know you wanted it. This is what you wanted, right?
This is what you wanted. Okay, let's tighten up in that straitjacket. I'm gonna show you how I can get.
Look, as he tied up, remember you asked for this.
Yeah. I take off that PK.
But it was like when he had went into the room to go change, and Lisa was like, well, maybe once he take off, and then she was like, I think she's like, take off his clothes and change, but I thought she was about to say, take off his
toupee.
That's what I thought she was about to say. I'm like, ooh, are you throwing shade, Lisa?
Yeah, I would have taken it off for him in that straitjacket and beat him with it.
I know.
So put him in a straight jacket and then yank his toupee out.
That's right. This is what you want. I'm going to give you what you want.
She said she would beat him with his toupee. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I guess Sam met the right one then, because that didn't happen.
That did not happen. Lisa, I'm telling you, should have taken it out on him. And I would have left him in a straitjacket.
You can, and you should text her, give her some ideas.
I know, right?
Look, after she beat him with the toupee, take it with her so that he can't even put it back on.
Yeah. Can't even have it.
Yeah.
That'll show him more than anything else. Well,
I know, right?
He just gonna have the gray right here.
Well, maybe. Look, he'll have to order a new one. Maybe he'll get one the correct color next time.
Maybe. Or maybe
maybe he'll order some hair dye and dye that back too. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, he just needs to fix one or the other. Like you don't need the two.
Yeah. Yeah. So and I think it's almost now I just can't at him. So like when he's pouring the wine and he had on that red shirt, I was like, oh, he looks so scrawny and old.
He's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The next couple that was shown was Courtney and Josh. So Josh starts out the scene where he is saying that he wants to reach out to his grandmother. His grandmother raised him. His mom was on drugs. His dad had some visitation rights to him, but that was taken away from his dad, because his dad was giving him care as a child. I want to say they said 5 years old, but I could be wrong with that. And so his grandparents raised him, and his grandfather has passed away since Josh has been in prison. And so Josh was also, he had seen his grandmother in 4 years. So I guess that's why he stopped coming to visit him. So now Josh has been in for 11 years, something like that.
Yeah.
He ever got out, so she must have stopped visiting him 4 years ago. Maybe that's when his grandfather passed away. So, so that was an emotional one. So he did get to see her. She agreed to. So he went and saw her, which I thought was cute. So what did y'all think about him reunited with his grandmother?
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. You know, I think as society, we just always try and judge people and never really look at what they've been through. And I think his story just kind of reminds you that it's really circumstance. He lived in, he was poor. He was able to do a crime and he got the max without any kind of consideration of what he was going through or learning that his parents were drug addicts or abandoned him. His dad gave him beer, when he was visiting him. So he just didn't have a healthy relationship growing up. And I just think that's really sad. I mean, you look at, that's almost like you think he's 29. So it's 29 years of just crap. And he had a grandparent. But even still, as you see, kids still act out when they don't have their parent around or when they're going through things. And, and if you don't know how to fix that or give them the outlet they need, then that's the next step, is doing stuff that puts them in jail.
Yeah.
Right. As we were watching, Josh talk about his background and his relationship with, his grandparents and stuff and his own parents, it made me realize that if Doug is not careful, that could easily turn into Dougie. That could be Dougie in the future if he's not careful. Dougie, anyway, his mom's not in his life. He's gone a lot. I feel like it's a cycle to have going if not careful.
Yeah. Yeah. So, they didn't have much outside of that. So I think that was it just helps to kind of see where people were and how and why they made the decisions they made that got them in jail. And no, not everyone in his situation goes to jail. I understand that. but not everyone in that situation is as strong to build something out of it or turn it into something positive.
Yeah.
Either way.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
Well, one of the things I like, because you could kind of tell the grandma she was hesitant to to even have him come by there at first. Mm-hmm. But I was happy that he did get to go see her face to face and that he was able to make peace. I don't know if it's gonna be permanent, or if anything's gonna change again. But especially with everything going on in the world right now, it's kind of like it just ain't worth it to have that grudge with somebody who did everything that she did do for him. So I was glad that they got that piece and, that we got to see that, even though we didn't know about it at first. But that kind of was cool. They shared that. Yeah. And then I also liked how she also reminded him, how good his wife is to him because, she reminded him like she's done a lot and been through a lot for you and with you. And, so hopefully having somebody he care about tell her that helps their relationship. But
yeah.
I heard a rumor on them too, so I'm like,
yeah.
Golly.
Yeah. But I mean, it's unfortunate. Like if what I heard is true, that's unfortunate. But it still is, and then it kind of opens up too because they never talked about. I guess he said he was mean to her too. So not only did she get in trouble for him and go through all the stuff for him, but he said he was mean to her whenever he'd have attitudes when he was in jail. And I'm like, so man, you better appreciate her because she stuck with you even after everything, and you was mean,
Well, it's just like when you really look at how much you sacrifice for somebody, and then you sit there and you're like, that's how you're going to treat me when you know what I've sacrificed and you can treat me that way. I think that becomes more disheartening and sad because you start feeling less about yourself because I did all this for this person that I love and he said he loved me too, but he's not acting like it.
Yeah. Right. Very much so. So yeah, I mean it was that scene, they let out a lot of raw emotion in that scene.
Yeah.
With them. Like I said, but I could appreciate them being honest and allowing to get there and to see that.
Yeah.
That's probably not easy to share. Yeah, not at all. What was I going to say about them? Yeah, so the next couple that we saw was Anissa and Jeff.
That's the new couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the new couple, the new ones. Yes. So I feel like she does some lying. She does some exaggerations. He talked about her $9,000 income, but we see that she lives in a trailer. And I'm not trying to say that everybody who lives in a trailer is poor. It's just we all know trailers are expensive to own. And then I see her car, her model car, but it was still like a Ford Escape or something. I'm not getting money from her. And then
I was just going to say, it may not be that she really has money. It's that she's in debt. She's gone into debt for him.
Yeah, and I don't think she's really ever said she's got a lot of money either. I think with her stuff, it was more like, maybe the dude she was married to initially, maybe he came from money, but obviously with no alimony in that.
Well,
she could have spent it all on her boy. Who knows?
Yeah, well, she did say that she has sent him tens of thousands of dollars.
He said $50,000.
Then Jeff came back and said she gave him about $50,000. So I'm just feel like, where are you getting this money from? I'm not getting that.
Over 11 years, though.
Well, okay, I guess $50,000 over 11 years. Yeah, that's a lot. Sounds a lot better. That could be about $5,000.
Giving him money after he didn't show up the second time. I would have been like, I'm in debt. I think it's debt. I think it's credit cards and debt that she's in. I don't know that it's really that she had the cash flow. That's just my opinion, but and then the way he looked, and I'm sorry, that wasn't genuine about that either. You know how Doug and Rachel were when they first saw each other, even with the other couple that wasn't on here, the one from Texas, Brittany,
right?
Yeah, they even had a better interaction the first time. Y'all haven't met in 11 years. And I'm sorry, he is totally playing this because he must be getting paid for being on this reality show. He looks totally disinterested. When he kissed her, it was just, I was like, he is still using this lady to get on TV.
Yeah. Oh, he is absolutely using her.
Yeah.
So let's also let our viewers know, like this, they met at the bus station. She drove to the bus station to go get him. She's standing at the bus waiting for him to come down the stairs and come off the bus. He doesn't come. The bus actually leaves and nobody's there. So then she's thinking she's been stood up a third time. But then he comes from behind the building and looks as high as a kite to me.
Yeah.
So I'm almost wondering, did he catch an earlier bus and then maybe he had his dealer or somebody waiting for him and he was able to do what he had to do and then he came up from behind that building. I was like, just something isn't right. To me, in that scene, he looked very high. And then he also looked like he had like chewing tobacco or snuff, whatever it's called, in his mouth, like the way he was talking. I was just like, what is going on, homie? Can you get it together here? But in his confessional, he did look a little better.
Yeah, he looked better. He's missing yeah, he's like totally all jacked up.
Yeah.
He is not that one picture she had from 10 years ago. That ain't him.
Nah, but you know, he was heavy into drugs, so
yeah.
I mean, he gonna have that drug face.
Yeah, it totally shows.
And then her whole other lie that y'all know I'm aggravated about is her age. So then she goes talking about she's 51 and he's 40.
She might be.
Stop saying these lies. He actually looks older than 40 to me.
He does look closer to 40.
But he does look older than 40. And sister, you know you older than 51. Knock off the lies.
I'm gonna give her that she is 51. Did you see the sign? Did you see the sign she made for him when he got out?
Yeah, that was a little juvenile.
No 60-year-old woman would make such a childish sign.
Look, I am bored now. I wouldn't have made that sign, no.
I was like, what kind of shit is that? He probably saw that sign getting off the bus and said, nah, let me get back on this bus.
Bring me around back so I can come around and everybody
I want everybody knowing I'm associated with that chick. Let me just wait, because you know when he walked up, she had the sign down and she looking all sad and pitiful.
Yes, and then did y'all hear her say, "Oh, I'm ready to go home, cut up that wedding dress and burn it"? But for what? You paid for that. He didn't pay for it.
You didn't pay for it. Unless she was wearing it and sleeping in it.
She probably had.
Yeah, she probably
and then that place don't want that dress back. That dress ugly. They like, about time somebody bought this mess.
They were
like, no return.
Yeah, they were like, we found a fool to buy this dress. She has to keep it.
Yeah, they put a no return policy just on that dress.
I know. Final sale.
They're total. I believe that she loves him, like, because you have to be in love and stupid to
deal with that.
10 years, like, there's just no freaking way. But he is totally using her. He is the Nicole in this situation, and he is using
absolutely.
I don't know how much they get paid for these episodes, but that's the only reason why he's on the show.
Oh yeah, I absolutely believe that this time he showed up because he's going to get a check for being on the show. Mm-hmm. You know, and he probably also knows he can also, get her to give him money on the side that he can bankroll or spend on his drugs, because looking at him, I mean, it seems like, I don't know what he's been on, and this is all allegedly, in my opinion. You know, he was missing some teeth, as if maybe he's been using some meth.
Yeah.
So it's obvious the drug use is there. So I think, like you said, I believe he showed up this time because he knows there's a camera and a check for him if he appears.
Totally.
I don't know. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna say he do like her this time around. Like I'm gonna say, y'all gotta look at me like that. I'm gonna say.
Did you bump your head right before our show?
I know. You just try to fight
I'm gonna say somebody gotta be on team.
I can talk to her like that because she's my younger sister.
So I'm going to say, maybe just maybe, he just looked raggedy and all that mess because he lived a rough life. He a drug addict in and out of jail, I'm assuming, whatever, heavy drugs. You just spent $50,000 on drugs. Yeah, I'm sure that's some heavy drug use. I can't say if I don't agree. Maybe he did get there earlier and that whole fell asleep on the bus thing could or could not be true. I don't know. Hopefully it's true so that he don't end up back in jail. But because I don't know if he on some sort of parole or not. But
oh yeah, he's definitely
he's at halfway house, yeah.
Oh yeah. So hopefully that's the case. He really did just fall asleep. But I'm gonna say that maybe he does like her. It's just it was awkward. I mean, he been in jail for a while. She old, ain't so the reuniting wasn't the same as Doug, and because they're both young and like their interactions was different. This dude been in solitary.
I think it's they are young and they are attracted to each other.
Yeah, he's not attracted to her.
Yeah,
he didn't grab her butt. He didn't slap her butt. He didn't embrace her. It was
she's super country. Maybe he just different type of people. Cause like you didn't see even with now I just lost my whole mind on boy with the purple suit. Yeah.
Courtney
and Josh. So with Courtney and Josh, like, I mean, he wouldn't like smacking her butt either. Yeah, they did look more attracted to each other, but they still were kind of awkward though.
Yeah, well, that's because she was in a purple suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he probably didn't.
He ruining the food. She was ruining the
probably didn't expect to get off the bus, see that little stupid sign, and see she had on a see-through shirt. Y'all saw that? Her brow showing through the shirt. He probably like, ain't you 50?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of factors. First of all, he wasn't expecting to get off the bus and see that old face with all those wrinkles. He wasn't expecting to see any of that.
That 10-year-old childish son.
Yeah. Now the sign I would. I'm like, dude, she put glitter on it and everything.
Yeah, he didn't know about it. He thought she found one of them and brought him with her.
she took her time and used glitter pens.
And she probably also sent him old pictures of herself.
Of herself, yeah.
Yeah, trying to make sure he stayed interested.
Yeah, so he's just like, we'll see. You might be right. Maybe Ricky knows something we don't know, Nene.
She might know something because I don't see it. Like if he did have an attraction for her, first 2 times he got out, he would have ran to her. But no, was off doing whatever.
No, he never even said where.
And then when he got locked back up, he contacted her.
Well, he said when he got out the first 2 times, yeah, he wasn't even interested. He said it was all about the drugs and playing her.
Yeah.
So he was honest about that, and he said this time something was different. He said he actually fell in love with her this time. So maybe being that, he noticed his last chance, and he realizing how good she has been to him. And maybe there could have been other people in the picture, and they weren't doing him like that. You never know.
Yeah.
And he's seeing the truth. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel bad for her because she's so old and country. It's just her trying. I'm like, oh.
It's like bless her little heart.
Yeah. I mean, she used glitter pens. Y'all come
She's
on.
very sweet. Yeah,
she's sweet.
She's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
so what y'all think about? What y'all think about the homeboy though?
Cock blocking.
I was like, I hope that wasn't really how the whole ride was, and that they just edited it to look like that since he made that comment. Because I'm like, he like, so Anissa, and he's like, yeah, Anissa really likes you. Yeah, she's been doing all this. Yeah.
He was total. Like,
Yeah, his name
let
is
them know we know how much you've used this woman. And of course,
Yeah.
and he was getting irritated by it.
Mhm.
Like he
Yeah,
wasn't it wasn't like a remorseful, like, yeah, I'm sorry, man, it went down like that or anything like that. No, he was getting mad that he was bringing it up. So that too also shows that he hasn't really grown from what's happened over the last 10 years, because he's sitting there getting mad about it. When if you felt bad for it or you really did love her, you feel remorseful that you've put her through that and that her friends and family know.
Well, see, I was taking it as he every time he tried to talk to her, oh boy, just jump in like it's his conversation. Which
Yeah, I think
could have been annoying.
Well, that's being the protective friend, knowing that. Well, and two, kind of eating crow because he thought she was lying. He totally thought she was making it up.
I don't know. He was doing too much talking to me too. I was like, all right, now
Just
sit in the back.
Yeah.
I feel like Kyle might have a crush on Aneesa.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I could kind of yeah, and maybe that was some of what Jeff was feeling and why he was getting so aggravated with him. Like, who is this guy? And then I feel like he likes my woman.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he needs to see that though.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Like, you ain't the only one that might want her, so hey, do right.
Sure, we'll see.
I know. Look, old face Aneesa got him lined up, don't she?
Yeah, she did. Like, he's over there putting makeup on her, so hey.
Yeah, he was helping her with it. And her hair.
Yeah, he's talking about, I don't do that curling hair, but then when he put her eyelashes on her, you can't put them rollers out, but you can put fake eyelashes on. Hold on
now. And then it seemed like they drove pretty far, so he was willing to take that ride with her.
Yeah.
So, we were. You remember on the last episode, we were like, has she truly gone 11 years without sex? Maybe she's getting it from Kyle.
I was thinking that. I was thinking, was he thinking that? I'm like, oh, I bet you he probably side-eyeing Kyle like, you been hitting that, ain't you?
I know I was thinking, I was like, Kyle, what you been over there doing?
Mm-hmm.
You real comfortable with the way you moving around in that house?
I think that's because they're friends. I didn't get that vibe from Kyle and old girl.
And then Kyle is younger than her, and she likes younger than her.
It's younger guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get that from them. I thought total friend zone feeling for me with them too.
But it wasn't because of him though. Aneesa put him there.
Yeah, that's true. And she probably put him there because she was talking to him.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing. The bad boy will always win over the good guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But I guess maybe she did say her ex-husband was a good guy and not boring to her.
Yeah, he was too much.
Yeah, Kyle looks like a boring guy, so hopefully bring the excitement.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, so overall, what do you ladies think about the episode?
I like this episode a lot better. I think them kind of going into people's backstories and actually learning how these people got to where they were, and I liked it. I thought I give it about a 7, 8, 7.5.
Okay. What do you think, Marie?
I don't know if I give it a 7 or 8 just because it wasn't too exciting this week, but I did enjoy going into the backstory, and I guess you don't need drama every time. The little touching moments was cute too. I definitely think Dougie kept it interesting, but Dougie need a whooping, but Dougie kept it interesting. But yeah, I'd probably give it about, I guess I'd say 6, 7. It was a pretty good episode because, like I said, it had a lot of personal moments, but it just lacked the exciting factor for me.
Okay.
No drama.
So I give it a 6 and a 7. I was happy they didn't give any cliffhangers. So I might even go up to 7.5 because there weren't any cliffhangers this time. I'm glad about that. I enjoyed seeing Dougie getting together with his son, even though, I wanted to reach through the TV screen and pop little Dougie sometimes. I did. Auntie Nene wanted to come through and get him. Like, you don't talk to your daddy like that. Bow. You don't act like that's the dinner table. Bow. So,
you don't call me a slave.
Right.
That right there, I was just like, hell no.
Yeah. There's like grown-ups are talking right now. You stay out of this. I definitely.
He was off the chain. He was definitely off the chain.
He was.
He was. Yes, absolutely, he was. And then Deontay, I just was getting even more disgusted. Then when I saw him on his knees crawling behind her, I was like, just stop.
Yeah.
God.
And you know what else? I think I forgot to mention when they were in the car and he was all like, "Yeah, the way you had me feeling the other day, it really just showed that you don't really care." And he's like, "So, I'm gonna say what I'm saying, or I just keep it to myself," or however he worded that. I'm like, that is such a whack. Why even bring it up then if you're gonna keep it to yourself? Like, hush. Because then she just looked at him like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to be arguing today."
Yeah, she said, yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then you still gonna show up? I'd have dropped her off at that salon and not came back.
I would have laughed. She would have been stuck there trying to pay for her damn extension.
I guess you better start washing heads.
I know. It's like, and at that scene when he first started talking, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Is he about to finally express how he feels? Put his foot down, but then the conversation went all the way to the left. Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get this. Yeah.
Because she ain't got to sleep with him, but you also, you know what I'm saying? Let her know, like, I'm doing all this stuff for you, and you don't seem to appreciate it.
Yeah. That's why I'm sorry, but that's why people get freaking killed. Playing with people's emotions like that. And at the end of the day, I did see last week where you did say that she could say we're not engaged, but she, even when she said it, she said, if you want to be engaged, you need to
get a better
ring. It's not that I don't know you like that. I know you feel that we know each other like that, but I don't. I'm not comfortable. To me, when she says I'm not comfortable, she's saying it's because she just got out of jail. But now know she's been hugged up with people in jail. So it's not that you're uncomfortable with him for whatever reason, but you need to communicate that with him. Break it down to him so he understands that he is being used.
Right.
But I guess
I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it. She's totally using him, and it's just disgusting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And so, like you said, I just wish she'd just be honest with them or leave him alone. Don't keep playing with him. And then he needs to open his eyes. That's like his nose is wide open and he never even slept with her.
Yeah.
I thought it didn't happen with her. So hopefully he get it together and it does something because their situation is just kind of annoying. And then Aneesa and Jeff, I just wish Aneesa would just stop with her lying. I just feel like she does a lot of lying. I understand y'all's point, but I just feel like she's lying. She's lying.
About what?
Knock it off. About her age.
Nene, in all honesty, smoking does add years to your appearance. So she does smoke. So she might really be 51, but she's aged to 60 because of smoking. She could be 40 making that sign.
I refuse to believe it. She even sounds old.
22. She got the mentality of a 22-year-old making that sign. I'm sorry. That sign was
Hey, look at y'all. Y'all want to talk about me, but y'all keep messing with her and her jail pens.
Hey, glitter pens.
Glitter jail pens.
She actually put the glue on it and dumped the glitter out and shook it up.
What woman does that?
Who got that glitter anymore? Like, dang, she shook the glitter on her.
Went straight up to Michael's and totally hooked all that up with all this.
My man, you did all that and the sign was like this big. Yeah, like
Y'all know she went to the dollar store and got those jars of the glitter. You know, there's like $1 for a 3-pack. That's what she got.
I'm just mad she had the Elmer's glue and shook the glitter on it. It's too much. I'm like, dang, she got patience for that. That's some old school stuff right there.
Right. And Stan, he put himself in my most disliked category with his behavior. I just felt like he was completely inappropriate. He was completely rude. I wasn't impressed with it at all. Not impressed with him at all. I'm just glad that I didn't have to see his ugly jacket.
Yeah, he definitely most disliked. Like, you the oldest one on the show and you acting the most immature.
Yeah. But I did figure out when he had on that red shirt and he didn't have on his jacket, his shoulders looked all little and stuff like that. I was like, maybe he wears the jackets to broaden his shoulders. Maybe he's trying to create
the illusion.
The illusion that he has shoulders and he's not a puny old man. But I saw it. And I'm not gonna forget I saw it.
I can't unsee that house. I'm like, I'm disappointed because I don't know if his money's wrapped up in stocks or something. He just don't have the cash. That's just his net worth or something.
But he just doesn't have liquid money, maybe.
Yeah, but don't be bragging about you're a millionaire.
Yeah. Right.
You're a millionaire who can't touch your money, so therefore you ain't a millionaire.
Yeah.
And that's almost like you're a millionaire after you die, and you're not even the millionaire. Your kids will be, because they'll be the ones to get all your stuff. So,
and he could be also counting his possessions in there, you know, like the house and his car. I meant to look up how much a Mustang GT runs because I did.
But is it even paid off?
That's true too. They don't know.
I'm like, ain't nothing in that house worth nothing.
Ain't nothing in that house worth anything. That's all from Antique Roadshow flea markets.
Yeah, that's good stuff that when they went to go and price it, they were like, yeah, that it looks antique, but it ain't worth nothing.
No, it's worth $5.
Yeah. He ain't got nothing in there unless it's some money under the mattress. About all he probably could have.
Yeah, because I mean, Lisa's bedroom, clearly that furniture came from a yard sale somewhere, and then that tiny TV, and it was funny.
She even said it.
Size TV I had in prison. It was like, who did you think was coming in that room? Why would you have that little TV in there?
Well, because she wasn't supposed to be in her room watching TV. She's only supposed to be in there to change, and then she's supposed to be down in that garage with him and his what's the name?
Straight jacket.
She's supposed to be spending most of her time in the garage, not in her room.
I want to see what the outside of this house is like, and why everybody thinking it's so nice. Like, I get why Lisa think it's nice, but I don't get why his friends thinking that.
No, because
there was a shot.
2 different houses. Because when he walked out of his house, when his friend walked out the last time, and they walked out through the front, it was like it almost looked kind of like a patio porch type area. And when they didn't show them walking in, but when they showed the shot of the house, it looked like it was on a hill. His friend wasn't on a hill. So that's why I was wondering, is he in 2 different houses? Because it almost didn't look like that was the house he had been walking around in the beginning, which means you don't trust her to be coming to your house. Or it could be for the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
interesting.
Yeah, because that's why I have to look back at an old episode and see his house again, because when he walked through that time, I was like, what the hell is wrong with
it? Looked raggedy.
It's toe up.
Yeah. It looked old, outdated, raggedy.
Like
updating. You know, like Courtney's house. Well, I can't compare the 2 houses because Courtney's house, it needed some serious updating. But
I mean, hers is more like, I mean, she's a little.
Hers is more like a country house.
But she's like claiming to be a millionaire.
Yeah, she isn't.
And then she says she want a house with like hundreds of acres. So like, she's just a country chick. Like, she want her chickens and her bees and her farmhouse. Like, so I don't think she would even have like a super nice house, even if she had the money to do it. Like, that ain't her thing.
Right.
And that was interesting when she was saying the things that she wants. for her future, and especially with Josh, she was saying she wants a nice wedding. She wants land with acreage on it. But I noticed she didn't say anything about children.
Nah, she don't want kids.
So I was like,
I think they addressed that next week. Was that her or was that Rachel? Where somebody said something about kids and he wasn't looking too happy about it. It must have been the preview for this week. Somebody said something about kids and they're not happy with what they're trying to say they want or don't want. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. Yeah. Sometimes those little clips be making me mad because then they show you that clip and then they don't show it for 2 episodes. I'm like, look now, stop that. Yeah. Show me what's next week, and that's it. Show us next week. That's it.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So that was basically the episode this week. Like you said, they showed some clips, but it looked like it was more of like a trailer for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Which Lucy said it kind of was aggravating, but it did show some good things.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, but I definitely hate that. They love the cliffhangers over there at We.
Right.
Cliffhangers just aren't the right kind of cliffhangers. But I'm looking for, you can give us 1 or 2 couples with a cliffhanger, but they'll leave us with all the couples with a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe maybe we'll see a little something from Ray and Badwick, maybe. Don't be looking like that. I know you. Oh, weren't you the one time she wasn't melting down her wig, right?
No, she didn't melt that lace, but I did see something with an interview with her on it, and she actually had a really cute wig. And it's funny because I guess people going in on a wig, everybody going in on a wig, I guess. She knows it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she knows it. That's why she felt back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
But she does have a cuter wig on. I'm like, you should have worn that on the show, man. That thing was cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that was the same interview I saw, and they were like, if there was anything now that you've seen the episode,
yeah.
And I was thinking, your wigs? But I don't think that's what she said.
She did. She said she ever got more, well, she said if she ever got like more money or became more famous or popular or whatever.
Yeah. Couples trying to pretend like they have more than what they have, trying to get on my nerves. Anissa, she want to pretend like she has more than what she got, and then she's younger than what she is. Stan want to pretend like he's got more than what he's got. Brittany doing the same thing, pretending like she's a socialite and she's not.
Yeah.
I just want them to calm down and just be real.
Just be real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll still like you. Just need you to be real.
Except Stan, because I think regardless of what he lying about, his personality is sucks.
Yeah, he
is. Because you know what? I even give it to what? I'm forgetting everybody's name right now. I am terrible right now. What's that girl? Deontay's girl.
Oh, Nicole.
Nicole. So Nicole, I give her the fact that even though she playing him and it's obvious to everybody looking, she is still pretty honest about look, I'm not doing nothing with you, so whatever. And she's super young. I'm like, now, Stan, he just too old to be acting like that.
He is.
And
that's why them two ain't my least favorites, but at least I give her that. Stan, I'm like, he just got a crappy personality.
He does.
Because he don't even see it.
He's so far gone, or he's just used to being catered to. One of those.
Yes, and he was really upset when he was like, she came in the house and she didn't say anything about being with me. Why would she? She got a terrible phone call from her child. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
He was really upset. He was really upset.
Yeah, he sucks.
He really
better do better, and it don't look like in the preview he does, but he better do better.
I don't think so. And because he has this stuff for her, and he probably feels like he has the potential to do more, I don't think he's necessarily she's gonna leave him alone. I don't think so.
Well, shoot, I shouldn't have just waited out. Like, she gonna get that 500,000 and she waited out. That's messed up, right?
I'm telling you, do those things I said in that straight jacket. Stay out long.
He probably like that. He probably be like, take my toupee off and slap me.
I know, right?
Yeah, you know, he probably into some more weird junk.
Yeah, probably giggling the whole time.
Yeah, so he take the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She gotta do what you said with the dildo. He be like, get the bigger one. You be like, you know what? Forget it. He's like, I'm not even gonna do it. How about that? I'm just gonna leave you in a straight jacket.
I mean, goodness gracious, that's crazy. It's crazy. He's just horrible.
Yeah, he is.
He's skeevy, like up now. But I don't know if it's because I don't like him because of his personality now. But he's just like that slimy old man.
Yeah, slimy old man. He would have been, and it's crazy how that turned so fast because he was somebody we thought he was being taken advantage of. And now we're like, he's a total dirty bag.
Yeah.
He's dirty. He's a dirty old man. And
I guess we saw it in the last one too, when he just kept on being like, hey, look at what's going on down here. Look down here. You know, and it's like, can the girl even try her little cheap wig on? Like, as soon as she put the wig on, look what just happened. Like, seriously?
I know.
Like,
I would have been like, oh, I don't see nothing.
But you know something else that I was kind of vibe I was kind of getting was I almost wonder if they weren't necessarily really dating, but maybe it was an arrangement that they kind of had. Yeah, like, yeah, maybe that was the plan, and that's why he wants her to just be into it, and he's not doing anything romantic outside of giving her a glass of wine. Which I didn't even see them eating, so I don't understand why you would be trying to feed her liquor. Well, I guess a glass of wine, and she hasn't even eaten anyway.
Yeah.
That's why he got so drunk so quick. He hasn't eaten.
And what was wrong with them wine glasses? They look weird too. I just wasn't impressed with nothing I saw. Like, I'm like, dude, where you get them from? That came from like 99-cent store or something. That was some weird, even them wine glasses. I was wondering even what kind of wine is that?
Yeah,
super cheap.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything about that whole scene was just cheap and
just cheap.
And like, I felt like he put out I don't think he did, but almost like he set them glasses on a TV tray. Like, what's going on now?
Yeah, and then when he spilled the wine, and it was that weird looking, like, what are those, like, food tray things?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. I'm like, why is he so weird?
Yeah, he's just totally like killed it.
Yeah, everything about him now just is. I guess you shouldn't play that millionaire vibe and live like you making $10,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like there's people that's broke that got nicer looking places than that. Yeah. And I'm like, I ain't even got money like that. And my place look better than that. I'm like, come on now, you doing too much. Like, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have let the cameras in. If I'm gonna say I'm a millionaire, y'all better like put a screen.
Yeah, I would have went and rented a place.
Rent, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, all right, ladies. Well, that is the show for this week. Everybody, make sure you come back and see us next week. Every Saturday, we do a recap of Love After Lockup. Okay? So make sure before you leave that you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, bell button. Okay? I know that's a lot of hitting, but just go ahead and hit that. Okay? For us, so you'll get notified when we go live. All right. So thank you for joining us today. Bye, everybody.
Bye.